Hello, everybody. You'll have to excuse the mess behind me. We've got a lot going on here. I'm going to be going to Catskills Irish thing here in a little bit, so I'm packing up. It's a big mess behind me. Son's moved out, so got some of his stuff in here. You'll also have to excuse the big wound on my head. I smacked it into an open cabinet door because I'm brilliant that way. But I'm okay. The reason I'm making this video is because I'm going to talk about these 3D printed whistles a little bit more. I got some new heads made from a local 3D printer company that does have an SLS style printer. SLS 3D printing is a powder that is laser fused, and it'll produce a print that is a lot better resolution than the standard 3D printer, the FDM, which is where they take a plastic filament and it's kind of like a glue gun, and it goes like this and kind of deposits that stuff in layers. My last video I did, I had whistles that I've had printed at Shapeways, and they're a cruder resolution. I found out that the lower note problem, the reason it was so weak, is because the surface feels a little grainy, which I like. It feels really secure in your hand, but it lets micro leaks out of these little holes. If I pressed down real hard, it would seal the holes really well and make a good note. So I took a little steel wool and smoothed it out a little bit around the holes. And that solved that problem. And then I got this higher resolution print. It doesn't feel nearly as grainy, and this is not as high a resolution as they can do. So when I get back from out of town, I'm going to have them do the maximum resolution and see how that turns out. But I did a little bit of work to this blade, not nearly as much as before I started tweaking the whistle geometry. And it makes a note. And it's a little loud. Now, this particular body still is a little leaky. This body I took a Dremel and some polishing compound to, and it was kind of crude. I don't know if you can see it, but I lost control of Dremel a couple of times, and it's not a pretty body, and the polishing compound stained the whistle. When I have these printed in black, that won't be as big a consideration, but I wasn't a big fan of that. But it did make these edges of these holes super smooth, so I don't have any problems with air leakage. And it hits that lowest note plenty strong. So that's pretty nice. I haven't put this up against the tuner yet to see how, maybe I can do that while I'm on the video. See how the octaves have improved. I've got it packed for traveling. I've got it packed and I have no idea where I packed it. But I bet it's, no. Okay, so my tuner is packed. I don't know where, but I've got a tuner on this phone, so I'll use it. Music tuner. Okay, so that's a flat A. Sorry. This tuner's backwards from every other tuner. Every other tuner is flat this way and sharp is this way, and this tuner is the opposite. So there's an A. Second octave is a bit flat. just a hair, about 15 cents. If you really push it, it'll clean up. Yeah, so I need to do something with this body geometry. I'm satisfied with the head, so I need to do something with the body geometry to bring those octaves closer in line. Because right now, you've got to tune it. To tune it, you've got to make it like this first octave a little sharp, so the second octave is only a little flat, and that's not really acceptable for a production whistle. But the head turned out really nice this time. So I'm satisfied with that. I'm going to move on to the body geometry. I think what I'm going to do next, once I get that solved, is engineer it so that there's some cutouts here at the tuning slide and at the base of the whistle, so that I can put some ferrules on there. You know, I've never heard anybody say that word, ferrule. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but could be ferrule. I don't know. So that way the whistle has a bit more decoration. And I printed this body in white because it was a couple of bucks cheaper. I will be doing them in the black when I get it all figured out. But I think I'm making progress, and I hope you guys enjoy the whistle. Yeah, the tuning is just a little bit, leaves a little bit to be desired. But it's a nimble whistle. I mean, I can play ornaments on it just as fast as I can play them. So that's the update. I will make another one whenever I make some more progress. Thanks for watching.